All right, friends. So today I am going to be talking about what blogging should cost. Like, how many dollars should you be putting into your blogging, and just that whole process, and breaking down what that looks like for you as a business owner and different tiers of that, and just all of the things. We're going to get real nitty gritty, real scrappy here. So be prepared to take notes, but I also want you to be listening for like, okay, this is where I'm at in my business. This is what I should be doing now. And then as I scale and as I grow, this is how this can scale with me. So listen in and get your little pen and paper out, and we're going to dive right in. Hey there, fellow entrepreneur. Welcome to Simple SEO and Marketing with me, Faith Hannon. Do you want to grow your business with organic marketing and finally feel like you can understand SEO? Are you scouring the internet for how to get more website traffic, SEO for dummies, and how to market on Pinterest? Have you tried to grow your business with SEO and blogging only to get frustrated and quit because it's overwhelming and too time consuming? Been there. Hey, I'm Faith Hannon, Jesus lover, copywriter, blogger, wife, wrangler of tiny humans, and barrel racer. And let me tell you, I didn't have time to waste sorting through SEO and keyword strategies that either didn't work or were so over my head I couldn't understand them. I honestly thought that SEO and blogging only worked for people with a PhD in tech jargon and a whole team of employees, until I learned these secrets. Good SEO strategies don't have to be complicated, and creating and marketing great content doesn't have to take more than a couple hours a week total. So pop in those earbuds, slam some coffee, and let's grow your business with simple organic marketing and a healthy dose of biblical encouragement along the way. So really, the biggest excuses that I hear from entrepreneurs about why they don't blog or why they don't blog consistently, they are, I'm gonna just give you all the excuses I hear. One, you don't have enough time. Well, I broke it down for you in the last episode 76, about how much time you should actually be spending to create a keyword-rich blog. So if you haven't listened to that one yet, go back and listen, okay? We're going to kick that time excuse in the teeth. The second excuse I hear is, I don't know how. Well, guess what, y'all? I'm going to teach you. I have taught, listen in. I've got a super streamlined process for blogging. And the other excuse that I hear a lot is blogging costs so much money. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. Blogging can cost a crap ton of money if you let it, but blogging can also be a super streamlined, not super expensive way to create really strategic, long-lasting content for your business. So in today's episode, I'm going to break down the money question, y'all. Let's talk money, honey. How much money should you in your business be realistically spending on blogging for lead generation? Because remember, we're not just blogging to blog to share all of our feelers with the interwebs or to talk about what we ate last night or what our cat did today. BT dubs, I don't have a cat, but you get my gist. We're not blogging just for the sake of putting words out there. Like, that type of blogging kind of has its place if you're in the influencer industry. But really, that kind of blogging, I think that ship has sailed. Now, if you're blogging for your business, you need to always be thinking lead generation and how you do it. Okay. So just know that is what we're doing here. Okay. So blogging for lead generation. What's it going to cost? Okay. What does it cost to have a blog? What does a good blogging strategy cost? It helps you get found and generate leads, right? Like AI, all of the things. So what does it cost to have a blog? Now, let's just break that down. The actual blog platform probably is $10 to $20 more a month than your current Blogless website. If y'all have been around here more than 30 seconds, you probably know that I love Showit as a website platform because Showit and WordPress are married. So you get to build your website out on Showit, and then your blog is hosted on WordPress. So you get all of the jam up SEO benefits of WordPress, but the Showit platform is in my opinion, way easier to build out a website on, and it's just prettier. It's just like, it's easy to make a pretty site on Showit than it is on WordPress, in my opinion. Now, so that's $10 a month, $10 to $20 more a month than your current website is generally, okay? The tools that I love for blogging and I recommend that people buy / a lot of people buy is Ubersuggest. Always recommend Ubersuggest. It's $290 for a one-time purchase, lifetime license. Okay. Another tool a lot of people spend money on is Yoast, the premium version, which in all reality, that $100 a year is not worth it for most people, in my opinion. I don't have the premium version of Yoast, and I really don't plan on buying it, to be honest. But I have had some clients that they needed it just because they had so much content and they needed help keeping track of their focus key phrases and making sure that they weren't duplicating that. So for them, Yoast was a good purchase. The other purchase that I made and will make again is a tool called Headline Analyzer by CoSchedule, and it's like $100 a year. 100-ish right in there. And that tool is a fun little way to help you generate headlines, generate titles in a way that is SEO friendly and catchy. Now, you can't just live and die by Headline Analyzer because sometimes their keyword research is not as good as Ubersuggest. It's never quite as good as Ubersuggest, in my opinion. So in the perfect world, you would have both of those. Headline Analyzer is a yearly fee. It's not a one and done deal like Ubersuggest. But really, you wouldn't even have to buy that if you were like, I just can't spend any more money. Okay, so, and obviously, the cheapest way to create blogs, is for you to write them yourself. But if you're like most business owners, you probably don't have time to sit down, come up with the content ideas, write the content, upload the content, optimize the content, and repurpose it and publish it and all of the things. And if you do have the time to do that, great. If you don't, you're probably thinking, how can I outsource blogging? Okay. How can I either outsource it to a contractor or how can I outsource it to somebody internally? All right. Which is probably where most of y'all are at. That's where I'm at right now. So how much should you spend on outsourcing your blogs? That depends on a few factors. Really. Now, if you don't know this, I actually have a branch of my business where we write blogs and then repurpose them. So I do have a content writing, a content creation, content management side of my business where my team and I actually we come up with the content ideas, we create the content, we do the keyword research, we upload the content, all of that. We do that for people. Am I pitching myself? Maybe a little bit. I only have room, honestly, for a couple more content clients, reoccurring content clients. So I'm not saying that I'm the solution for all of my listeners. That's okay. But whether or not you keep your blogging internally or completely outsource it, you need to be really strategic in it. And there's three questions that I want you to ask yourself about this. And then I will talk about the costs of each different one. Okay. So the things I want you to ask yourself is, do you want to be involved in the blogging process? And if you have somebody on your team, if you have a large team and you have somebody that's already managing your marketing, do you want them to be involved in blogging, or do you want to just completely pass off blogging entirely and be like, Jesus, take the wheel, take it and fix it for me, please. I don't even want to think about it, see it, or do it. Okay. Do you want to be involved in blogging? The number 2 question I want you to ask is, do you want a one-off relationship with your blogger? Meaning, do you just want to go and hire somebody different every single week on Fiverr, depending on who the lowest bidder is? If that's your strategy, that's fine. Not what I would recommend, but whatevs, okay? And then the number 3, and probably the most important question here is, do you want your blogging process to be internal or external? Hey friend, I know you're trying to grow this business, but does it feel like it's not really going anywhere? Did you know that we can actually fix the back end of your business so that you have some great SEO? Did you know that we can repurpose your podcast or repurpose your blog and help you grow faster? Did you know that was even an option? If you're thinking, oh my goodness, Faith, that would be amazing, then head on over to faithhannon.com/coaching or click the link in the show notes. In just 1 hour of your time, we'll get you a marketing plan in a box with the exact keywords that you need to be going for, how and where to implement them, and at least 3 months of SEO-focused content planned out for you. Let's get your coaching call on the books right now and get your marketing strategy headed in the right direction. Spots are limited, so don't wait. and I cannot wait to help you finally get the breakthrough you've been waiting for and jumpstart your business dream back to life. All right, now I'm going to break down some costs for you based on those, okay? So if you personally or your marketing director, if you wanted to be involved in your blogging, then it's going to be cheaper, because if you already know the content that you want created, you know at least the general gist of the keywords that you're trying to rank for, and you know what your audience is thinking and how to serve your audience, then you're going to be passing off less work to your blogging team. As opposed to if you're like, hey, I don't want to do anything, I just want to hand it off, Jesus, take the wheel and never think of it again, then you're asking somebody else to do the market research for your market, do the keyword research so that you're creating blogs that are actually going to rank and get found, and create a content strategy that actually moves the needle forward for your business. So the less involved you are, the more expensive your blogging is going to be. Is that a bad thing? No, not necessarily. I mean, you have to do the math for your business and what your time is worth and your energy is worth, right? You have to figure that out for yourself. But if you're just wanting somebody to take it off, hand it off, be like, fix it for me, Jesus, then your costs are going to be higher. Now, it's hard to be like, a blog should cost this many dollars. It's hard to put a number on that because, to be honest, there are prices all over. I have seen prices for, I think one time I saw a price for $5 to write a 500-word blog, but that's super, super low, right? Please don't pay somebody $5 to write a blog. You're not going to get quality work. Okay. I've seen prices I've seen a lot of prices around the $50 per blog range, which in my opinion, probably if you're outsourcing it, I'm like, are they doing keyword research for that? Are they writing keyword rich blogs for that? What all are they doing for that? And is this going to be a quality piece of content, or are they just using AI? I don't know, if you're outsourcing it, I would question that $50 mark. Okay. If you are going to be a little bit involved and you're just giving somebody all of the keywords, you're telling them, I want you to write the content about this. This is who you're speaking to. If you're a little bit involved there, then maybe the $50 range, you can get a decent piece of content at $50 per blog. Maybe. Again, I haven't tried that myself because I'm the one writing the blogs. But in all reality, y'all, I have seen prices up to $2,500 per blog. And that is for somebody that had a lot of street cred. That's somebody that had just a lot of proof that she was doing good work, and she was charging $2,500 per blog. And I think her website said, if I remember correctly, that you had to sign at least a 2 blog per month contract. Now, my current prices are not that high, which is just, I set my prices based on my business and my clients and what a good match is there for us. As far as I'm serving this audience, this is what they need, this is how much they should be investing, and this is what I need as a business. There's a whole myriad of factors that go into pricing there. But know that if you are going to be a little bit involved, your prices are probably going to be a little bit lower if you're outsourcing, because you already know, hey, I need these keywords, I need this type of content, I need to talk about this thing. So then you can maybe go with somebody who's they're more of a skilled writer and not necessarily super skilled in keyword research or those other factors, or content or market research. Whereas if you're just handing all of it off, you're going to be paying a little bit more. Now, the other question is, do you want a one-off relationship? Which, in case you didn't figure it out, that's really not what I recommend, especially for an ongoing strategic content marketing strategy, because you want somebody that you're going to be able to keep working with, that is going to be able to get to know you, get to know your business, get to know your brand's voice. So I wouldn't recommend just hiring randos off of Fiverr and different people each time, right? If you're going to hire somebody, hire somebody good that will stick with you. Do I have any recommendations off of Fiverr? No, I do not. Obviously, I recommend MyBiz, but that's okay. Now, the third question is, do you want it to be internal or external? Now, here is the fun part, y'all. So if you have somebody on your team who is pretty generally a good writer and a good communicator, I really believe that you could hand off blogging to them and they could get a blog done in 2 hours. Like 2 hours per blog is a really pretty darn good estimate of what you could expect somebody to create a blog in. Now, are they going to be able to know how to do keyword research? Depends on the person. Are they going to know how to write a keyword-rich blog? Well, not necessarily, but if you buy my course, the Organic Marketing Framework, then they can learn and do that for your team. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So if you're going to keep your blogging internal, that's honestly a great idea. Especially if you have a team that you're like, oh, this person could work a couple more hours a week and I could hand this off to them and know that it's somebody that knows my voice, that knows, my strategy, and there's somebody that you could kind of build with. Now, how much is that going to cost? Well, it depends on how much you're paying them per hour, right? Like if they're a contractor that you're paying $25 an hour, then you're going to be spending $50 an hour per blog, right? If there's somebody you're paying $15 an hour, then you're going to be spending $30 per blog, right? Obviously, that's going to vary from business to business. Now, how many blogs should you be producing a month? Well, ideally 1 a week is a pretty good place for most people. I have, if you have the bandwidth to create more than that, let's create more content than that. But if you don't, even 1 blog a week is going to help start generating leads for your business. And if you're doing it internally, you have the bandwidth to do that, and you just want to, let's say you want to hire out keyword research and you want to book a spot with me to get your keyword research and get your blogs lined out, and then you want to hire out the creation. Great. That's probably a really salty way to do this. That's super strategic and isn't going to cost you a crap ton of money. So then what you would be paying for essentially is the keyword research and the content planning. And then you would be paying, $30 to $50 to $100 per blog internally, and for a month. So your costs are not going to be astronomical, when in reality, the ROI on that low of cost is going to pay you back more than you're spending on your social media advertising and all of that. So I hope that this was a helpful breakdown. Again, I broke down your costs, like the just general costs that you're going to be spending blogging, like your actual blog platform, your tools that I suggest, like Ubersuggest, and I really like Headline Analyzer. And then you need to think about some factors. Do you want to be involved? Do you want a one-off relationship with your blogger, or do you want it to be internal or external? Now, a little bit more about the external. You can hire an external agency, you can just hire an external agency to create a content strategy, sign a long-term contract, and then there's somebody that's working for you long-term. It's not a one-off relationship. And if you're just somebody that you don't want to do it, you want somebody with, that's going to help you with the strategy behind it to get to know your business and write keyword-rich blogs and help you track analytics and all of that, then that might be a great option for you. And BT Dubs, I really do only have room for 2 more content clients. That's max. Boom, done. And once I hit that number, we're done growing that leg for a while, because that will be the max that we can handle until my team multiplies. But if you're somebody that's like, hey, I think I really do need that external content creation and management agency approach, then let me know. Shoot me an email, info@faithhannon.com. And if I'm not the best fit, if my team is not the best fit, I'll tell you, because if we're not a great fit, I don't want to work together for 6 months if we're not a good fit, right? And I might be able to help you work through, or even create a strategy for you to put together somebody that's going to be the best fit for you. So I hope that you take this. I hope that you take these last 2 episodes on how much time it should cost you to blog and how much money it should cost you to blog, and put together a strategy that's realistic for where you are in your business. It's realistic for your goals, and it's realistic for actually moving the needle forward and creating that sustainable content strategy that's going to generate leads for you for months, even years into the future, like my content does for me. So I just pray that you'll have a great rest of your day and a great weekend, and that you just, as you're mulling over this, that the Lord gives you just divine downloads of content ideas and keywords that are going to resonate with the people that He has for you to help. Because y'all, God wants to use the gifts and the call that He's placed inside of you to help other people, to help the people that He has for you to help. So don't be a stranger in asking God for divine strategies from heaven, because you know what? He's pretty much the best business coach there is, in my opinion. So I hope you'll have a great rest of your day, and we'll chat with you next week. Bye. Thank you so much for listening in today. Hopefully this episode gave you some really tangible tips for better SEO and marketing to get more leads and more sales from your website. If it did, can I ask you a quick favor? Would you please share this episode with a friend, and then just take 10 seconds and go leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. That is the very best way to help more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs scale their businesses so that they can help more people with their gifts and make an even bigger impact for the kingdom of God. And guess what? We now have a Facebook community where we can learn, hang out, and laugh. Go join the Facebook group now. It's linked in the show notes. And all the other things, courses, coaching, and copywriting, can be found at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.